Welcome back into the film room, guys. I'm your host, Erik Turner. I want to take a look at a few plays from Mike Gesicki from the Miami Dolphins, the tight end for the Dolphins, against the Bills in week 2. They went to him 10 different times. He caught 8 passes for 130 yards and a touchdown. And he's obviously a big weapon for them down the field. And he got matched up with Levi Wallace down here to the bottom of the screen a bunch of times in that matchup and kind of exposed him and the coverage that the Bills were playing in these situations. He's a guy that is a mismatch nightmare for a lot of teams because of what he can do vertically down the field. He can high point. He can make some ridiculous catches above the rim. Right here, he's in a nasty alignment off to the right-hand side right here and does a good job of just separating on the short route right at the top of the route. You see him push off just a little bit. Fitzy puts it in a nice spot. And with the play action pass and the second level defenders sucking up into the line of scrimmage, you see an easy completion over the middle of the field. He does a lot of his damage from the intermediate area, from that 10 to 19 yard portion of the field. He's in a trips bunch set right here. He's an innermost receiver, and you're going to see him work across the middle of the field. The Bills are dropping out into a Tampa 2, and just watch Dean Marlowe, who is right on the logo. He is actually doing a good job of reading Fitzy as Fitzy steps up in the pocket and tries to undercut this route, but Fitzy extends the play and throws Gesicki open to the top side of the screen, the area that Marlowe kind of vacated on that play. Chains. Again, top of the screen, nasty alignment, isolation type route here over the middle. Again, a little quick play action fake to Gaskin. Linebackers up at the line of scrimmage. Dodson and Klein were the linebackers here. Nice little throwing lane. Good coverage by Wallace, but it's completed again because of the length of Gesicki. So you see him off to the left side of the screen. Better coverage this time by Levi. He saw it earlier in the game, better coverage, but the length of Gesicki is just too much to handle on this play. Good job there. Again, top of the screen, 2x2 set. He is against Levi Wallace once again. And this is a play where they're really just pushing the ball down the field on a corner route to Gesicki. Again, that above the rim ability, but Wallace doesn't get help here. He gets bumped off his line by A.J. Klein, who's trying to work over the top to stay with the number 2 receiver, the second tight end on this play. Bumps Wallace off of Gesicki, and Fitzy throws a dime to the back shoulder of the tight end. Look at from the end zone angle. Watch Klein bump into Wallace. I mean, that's just a disadvantage for Wallace because he doesn't have that recovery speed that most corners in the league possess, and he's definitely not going to be able to make a play above the rim if he is not in that position. He doesn't have that type of athletic ability. Gesicki in the slot to the top of the screen, this time matched up versus Dean Marlowe, generally the big nickel, Buffalo nickel defender, and this catch is just ridiculous from him. Over the middle, and again, not a nuanced or difficult route, but his athletic traits are what separate him from a lot of tight ends. You see him get the inside release here and just come across the middle. Pretty good coverage by Marlowe, but that separation is done by his length. Look at that one-handed stab above the rim by Gesicki. He's tough to guard. I mean, even when he's covered, he's not covered, right? He's able to separate and make a difference with his length. So here they try to get him to the top of the screen matched up with A.J. Klein, but Micah Hyde and Klein do a great job of communicating post-snap and executing a banjo coverage. So it's man coverage as these two guys try to run like a little pick route or switch release. You see the banjo coverage being executed between Klein and Hyde. Klein jumps the in-breaking route by the running back. Hyde works over the top on the slot fade or corner route to the back of the end zone, and the ball goes incomplete. Just great communication by Klein and Hyde on that play. A play that was intended to Gesicki. Again, a guy that is able to stretch the field vertically when you're outside the 20, but inside the 20, obviously a high point guy and offensive weapon that they can use to separate above the rim, separate horizontally with his length. Just a great job by him. So he's in a slot now, right now to the bottom of the screen, working vertically. It's a high-low concept, but Poyer does a great job of taking that away. So this is their 2-high beater as the second tight end comes across the formation. Poyer does a great job of just cutting that route off, and throw goes incomplete. 2-by-2 set. Gesicki's in the slot to the bottom of the screen. Watch Trey White at the bottom. The Dolphins are trying to run a little flood concept with a deep out by Gesicki. As he pushes vertically, you see the linebacker Klein widen with the running back. There's a nice window, and Fitzy tries anticipating this throw outside to Gesicki, but White is reading Fitzy's eyes all the way. He plants and drives, relies on his safety to work over the top of the go route, and he nearly picks off Fitzpatrick on that play. This is just a great job by Trey White, reading the quarterback's eyes, staying calm, and then going to make a play at the ball. 3-by-1 set late in the game. Gesicki's in the slot again, and he's going to push vertically and just run a deep over route with a linebacker underneath right near the logo, and Dodson single high coverage, so there's only one safety deep. And this is where he is very dangerous because he can stretch a field vertically. He can separate, obviously, horizontally and above the rim. But those deep over routes, whether it's man or zone, he is just a quarterback's best friend because he can separate in so many different ways. And you throw it up to him across the middle, trust him across the middle. He can go up and get it and make big plays down the field. So how the Bills defend Mike Gesicki, the tight end from the Dolphins, is something I'm paying attention to in this game, and you should too. He's a weapon for them on the outside, in the slot, down the field, in the short area, on a lot of those hot routes or sight adjustments. He's going to be Tua's best friend, and he's just a guy that you can really trust to go get the ball when the quarterback throws it up. And I think that's what the Dolphins are going to have to do. They're going to have to push the ball down the field. Bills are going to be probably playing a lot of soft zone, playing pretty vanilla defense, as to not show too much of the playbook, just in case they do meet this team in the playoffs. So keep an eye on Gesicki against the Bills defense today.